Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. All right, clarity. We've got an Ace of Swords here. There is an essential truth to your life right now. I feel like you're somebody who is, you're somebody who tends to commit to a path. How do I say this? Sometimes you question yourself, you know. Sometimes you second guess yourself. I don't think you've always been so clear-headed and so confident, you know. You've been through periods of doubt, been through periods of not knowing the answer, not knowing if what I'm doing is the right thing, you know. Not knowing if you've made the right decision. I think this is a confirmation. I think Spirit's saying you have made the right decision. This is your path. You do not need to worry about anything. Stay clear, right? Stay, it's sort of like emptying our mind, right? So that we can perceive the divine light. So that we can perceive the guidance that we need right now. So that you can perhaps see or be aware of the correctness of your choices right now. Okay. I feel like you're somebody right now who needs to have the conviction and the confidence that what you're doing is the right thing, that where you are taking your life and the decisions that you're making are correct for you right now. Don't be afraid. Don't be worried. Don't be stressed out. Don't doubt yourself. I don't know what this situation is. Let's put this card into some context, okay? Let's see what might be going on in your life right now. We've got, all right, a Queen of Wands, okay. A Three of Wands, yes, right? Okay. Six of Pentacles, a Ten of Cups, a Four of Cups, a Seven of Cups. Okay, interesting. We've got the Sun card. We've got Ten of Swords and a Seven of Wands. That makes sense to me. I think each of these paths tell a story. Okay? Each of these paths tell a story. This vertical path, this horizontal path, and of course the path of the serpent tells a story. And I feel like the story is quite similar. You know, the stories all interconnect, right? I think that you have been part of something. This is a past. I think that this was something you realize that if you stay in this, I don't know if it's a group, if it's a partnership, this could represent the company, this could represent your environment, we'll see. But whatever this is, staying there would have led you to a Four of Cups. Nothing terrible. But not fulfilling, not satisfying, not your potential, not your biggest success, not your happy dream come true life. A Four of Cups is good. Safe, stable. This is like you set the bar kind of low for yourself. You went you hopped over the bar. It's good. You know, it's an expectation that we can beat very easily. The path going up this way, though, finding your true self, admitting to yourself, having the clarity about who you really are, what you're really made of, believing in yourself, knowing that your decision is correct, going up to that 10 of cups, right? That's much better than the 4. The 4's good. I'm not going to knock the 4, but it ain't no 10 of cups, right? But to do that, you have to know yourself and believe in yourself and not doubt yourself. Don't be afraid to start over. Don't rely on anybody else but yourself right now to make these decisions, right? Spirit's saying to watch out for anybody that's making you a lot of promises right now. Watch out for anybody that's trying to tell you what is best for you, okay? And we could be maybe talking about this person. Maybe this represents a person. Could be a fire sign person. Could be an older female. Could be a Sagittarius person. Okay? It could be a friend or a family member. It could be a parent or something like this, right? Could be an older sibling. I don't know. Could be the boss at work. Could be a friend. But be careful of this. Okay? Are we going to trust in ourselves, or are we going to trust in somebody else who's telling us sort of what's best, what's good for us, right? Because what is good for you in terms of this person's views is going to be the 4 of Cups. Yeah, 4 of Cups is good for you. It's safe. This person, maybe they care about you. They want you to be safe. They want you to be okay. 4 of Cups, it's good. You have reasonable expectations that you can quite easily meet and reach them, and you'll be okay, right? And that's kind of like, that person wants what's going to be the safest bet for you. But making your decision, going your own path, going your own way, taking your own path vertically here, right? A huge change in your destiny. It's leading you to that 10 of Cups rather than following this path and going toward this 4 of Cups. Now, maybe this is a work thing. Maybe this is a family thing, friend group, whatever it is. Okay. And then on the path of the Serpent, of course, we have a similar thing. We have a 7 of Cups, which is a feeling as if sort of stuck. There's some stagnation. There's some change that needs to happen. There's some progress that needs to be made, but right now we're sort of stuck in the mud. Self-realization, enlightenment, same thing we see with the 3 of Wands. This gives us the clarity that we need, the cosmic clarity to know what we have to break with, what we have to put an end to. We have a beginning and an end here with an ace. We have a beginning and an end here with the 10 of Swords. And the 10s sort of, I think the 10s of the tarot maybe talk a little bit more about the endings, focusing on the ending so that we can have the beginning, Whereas the aces sort of focus on the beginning that will bring us to, the ending, and much better ending here, right? But see, this tells a story too, that we're getting out of this mud by really realizing who we are and what we're capable of and what our potential is, our cosmic self, right? We're realizing that true macrocosmic kind of identity, past, present, and future, but past lives, right? Future lives. And we're realizing what we have to let go of or put an end to, what sort of limiting artificial limitations we have to break free from, get it out of the bird cage, right? And push our way out into the world. The 7 of Wands, realizing it's going to be a struggle, but that is progress, right? We're going 7 of Cups, 7 of Wands. Well, we're getting out of the mud. Okay. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor, infinite, and unknown. We're going to set it down right here with our little octopus friend, the 8 of Pentacles. If you have a prediction for that card, put it in the comments down below. That card's going to tie everything together, give us the confirmation and the conclusion that we need at the end of the reading. Okay. Let's take a look around the room here. As far as our major arcana is concerned, we only have the 1, and it is really the Sun card. It's realizing that you have to have your own point of view. You have to realize your power, your creativity. You are the source of all light and life and love in your life, right? You are the sun. You are the star. It's the only major arcana energy here. If you want success, you've got to this is kind of, because it's in the environment, it's kind of a card that says you got to dress for success. You got to put forth the energy that you're trying to attract to you. This is really a clarity and awareness of the light within. You've come to understand what it means to be a self-realized being, right? You have begun to answer the question, who am I? What am I made of? Right? If we had the star card here, it's a star, right? The sun is a star. It's far away, right? And so we're trying to find ourselves. And what do we know about a star in outer space? Well, we can sort of do the I don't know, whatever kind of measurements they do with the spectrum of light and stuff, and we can sort of get an idea of what it's made of. We can have some deductions about like what's in there, what kind of minerals or metals or what it's composed of, what chemicals are in there, by analyzing the light that we're receiving here. And we can get sort of an idea of its path, its trajectory. We can sort of measure how it moves in the sky. But we can't really know anything about it because, one, it's a long time ago because of, how far light has to travel to get here, and of how far away it is and how limited our information is about ourselves. But this now is up close and personal. This is something that we know a lot more about. Okay, this is something that we can study sort of firsthand, direct experience of ourselves, of our spiritual selves, our cosmic selves. And so we're able to get a much more complex answer. Who am I? What am I made of? What is the star stuff inside of me? And what is my path? What's my trajectory? What's my orbit through the heavens? Where am I going? Why am I here? What am I doing? And I think this is what you need to believe in. This is what you need to trust in. We have that Ace of Swords. Relying on yourself and traveling by your own inner light. And letting that light shine forth from you to illumine your path for you. This is the result of someone who has gone through the two phases of the star energy, which are the questions, who am I and why am I here? You've gone through a lot of karmic cycles. You've done a lot of that self-work. Okay? This is a card of enlightenment. It's a card of success and charisma and charm and pride and all that stuff too. But this is the result of having done that spiritual work. Okay? And really, since it's in your environment, it's saying that you've got to use your own faculties of perception to see what's really going on here. Okay? You've got to be able to pick which path is going to be best for you. And I don't know, maybe there's 1, 2, 3 different paths. Maybe this is, this is really the choice here. You either follow this horizontal direction or the vertical direction, and know that if you, whatever path you choose, you're going to meet with struggles along the way. But if we know that life is going to have, some speed bumps and some potholes, isn't it better that we sort of know that we're going to like the destination? If you're going to do this hard work, if you're going to, if you're going to suffer, or you're going to, let's say you're going to take a road trip, and it's going to be a long drive, it's going to be hot, there's going to be bumps in the road, you're going to be sore, wouldn't you be a little bit more likely to agree to it if you knew that you were traveling somewhere that you really wanted to go? And that's the 10 of Cups. That is this is our ideal life. This is our dream come true life, the happiest, the fullest life that we could imagine. A lot different than that 4 of Cups. Yeah. So the Queen of Wands, I don't know if this is another person. that might sort of be encouraging you to stay on this very safe and predictable path. And this is it's a very comfortable path. It's sort of an easy thing. It's a sure shot. It's kind of a guaranteed path. You stick with this system, this group, this company, this life or whatever it is. And you'll arrive at your Four of Cups and it'll be, easier, right? Less risk involved. Less of the Seven of Wands, right? Less challenging. It's kind of like we're aiming low. We're taking the low-hanging fruit here. And that's a very good thing usually. Right? Why, if fruit is fruit, why are we going to care whether it comes from the top of the tree or one of the bottom limbs? I do less work and I get some satisfaction. I think you're having this realization comes with that Three of Wands that you would rather take your chances on getting all the fruit than just grabbing what's going to be easiest, because you're not going to be satisfied with that. It's not fulfilling. This is the card of satiety. This is you getting as much food as you need. Okay? The Three of Wands underneath everything is a sense of identity. It's a sense of knowing who you are. If you know who you are, then you're able to understand your decisions. The Three of Wands is a card called virtue. Okay? So it's you being able to analyze your motivations, your thoughts, words, and deeds, and kind of, in a way, believing in your potential. Believing that the correct thoughts, words, and deeds will lead you to that Ten of Cups. And we got to believe in that. We got to believe that if we do our very best and we do what we think is the right thing, then our life will progress in a way that is meaningful and satisfying to us. Okay? Even if there are struggles, even if the sort of pleasure is different, right? Even if it's not a Four of Cups. A Four of Cups is luxury. And luxury is sort of an interesting concept, right? It's sort of an ease. Whereas the Ten of Cups, it's not bliss. It's not, it's not luxury necessarily. Luxury is part of it, maybe. But it's satiety. It's fullness. It's being fulfilled. It's being fully filled up. Finding a depth of meaning and purpose and satisfaction in your life. Can you imagine being fully satisfied with your accomplishments? Well, if you know that you're doing everything to the best of your ability and you're following your light, your path, and you're making decisions for you, and nobody is deciding things for you, and nobody is, or you haven't acquiesced to anybody else's plans for you, or what anybody else thinks is going to be best for you, Cancer. You've gone your own way. Come what may, success or fail, it's going to be more fulfilling. I'd rather fail going my own way and being true to myself than to succeed and find a luxury here, but feeling that I've sort of sold out, that I've given up my own spirit and soul and autonomy, that I have sacrificed my virtue, that I've gone against my integrity, that I have violated my own moral code, let's say, for that low-hanging Four of Cups. Okay? So this Ace of Swords is what it's all about. Okay? Don't be afraid to start over. Don't rely on anybody else to make decisions for you or to tell you what is right for you. Yeah. The Six of Pentacles in the background position, we could be talking about friends, a group of friends, a group of family, co-workers. We could be talking about the business that you've been working with, or the work that you've been doing generally. Okay? And this is harmony. There's a lot of people here that all contribute something. And, this is you recognizing that, you fit into this group, and it was a harmonious thing, and that you contributed to the success of this thing. And maybe the idea here is with that queen of, because the queens are always looking at the past. The queens are always reflecting on the past circumstances. So the queen really is looking back at this and maybe trying to convince you, whether this is the queen now, that queen of wands could be part of you, could be a friend, family member, or you know what I mean? It could be anything. Everything is everything, right? But it could be a part of you, or it could be manifesting as another person that's sort of encouraging you to think this way. That you're very lucky that you had the opportunity to be part of this, and that without this situation, you are not anything, right? That you are only meaningful in this context. That you are a piece of this puzzle, and a puzzle piece by itself is nothing, right? It's only in the context of the whole that anything is meaningful. So the Four of Cups then becomes, you should be satisfied with this low-hanging fruit, with these scraps that you're getting, you know, because without this, you wouldn't even get that, right? And I don't think that this person or that part of your own, maybe subconscious, I don't feel like it means to be that offensive. But that's what it feels like, okay? And I think that's why there's that Seven of Cups over here. They don't mean to be offensive or to be sort of devaluing you in that way. But in essence, it feels like that's what's going on. That you have value and worth, yes, but only in this context. Only in terms of what you are contributing to this goal. And it makes sense if somebody is running a business and they say, hey, you got to stay here and do your work, and yet you want to go off and do your own thing. It's sort of, by you leaving, if that's the case, now just as an example, if you're leaving, you're disrupting this 6, you're creating a 5. You're upsetting the balance, the harmony, the resonance. You're creating discord. You're taking a 6 and if you leave, it's a 5. It's a problem that needs to be fixed, right? So you're inconveniencing the rest of the energy, if it's a place or just a group of people or whatever it is, Let's talk about the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost anything, and it really supports the channel, and I appreciate that. I also have another channel, Dove and Serpent Bedtime Stories. Go subscribe over there, too. All right. So your general energy now is the Seven of Cups. Something ain't right. It feels like we're sort of stuck in the mud. It feels like we know that we need to move, and we're struggling to move. We're trying to lift our feet up out of the quicksand. But we're not sure what the best approach is. We're not sure maybe what needs to change. I feel like this is that uneasy feeling that you get, that something isn't right. Yeah. And especially when we're talking about this horizontal path and the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups feels like you're sort of getting some sort of I don't know, almost like an award or some sort of honorable mention about something, But it's just like, it's like, I don't care about that, It's like someone's given you this, you're being honored with some sort of a trophy, but you're just like, this thing's plastic, it's worthless. It doesn't make me feel any kind of way, right? It may seem like luxury, but really what it is trying to bed you back down to sleep. Right? But you know that. You're not dumb. You can see that's what's happening. And it may be that someone in your life is being sort of inconsiderate and trying to console you. Oh no, look at this. This is beautiful. Don't you want this? And you're saying, no, it's garbage. I don't want garbage. I think you have the clarity of mind to perceive that somebody's feeding you a load of bovine excrement. And maybe they don't intend to be that way. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. But you can perceive that it's not what is going to be satisfying and nourishing and fulfilling to you. It seems like Seven of Cups. Something don't feel right. Something's fishy about this, you know. And of course, you can see that. You've got these cards of clarity here with the Ace of Swords and the Sun card. The Sun card, of course, being the only major arcana energy we have. That is your spiritual work right now, is to realize that you are the sun. That you have to be able to see the bigger picture, past, present, and future, past lifetimes and future lifetimes. You've got to be able to see what you're made of and what your path is. What is your star composition? Right? What sort of minerals and chemicals and energies and talents and skills and beliefs and values and principles are inside your star? Because every star is unique. And this one is yours. This one is you. Okay? And once when you know that, this is sort of your confidence. This is you shining your light out into the world, and then it's everything else sort of like, you know, it's like roaches with the light on, right? Shout out to Ice Cube there. It's once you start shining your light, everything that isn't real sort of withers away. With that light turned on, you're able to see what might be, oh, look, don't you want this wonderful bowl of soup? And you say, no, that's garbage. You can see it clearly. And so it kind of like it disarms all that other energy. It takes the power away from all that other energy. Because it's sort of the realization on the other, I don't want to say people because I don't know if it's manifesting as people, right? But the other parties, the other entities here are sort of giving up because there's, oh, well, Cancer's got their light on. Our tricks aren't going to work anymore. You know, shucks. And so you can see that things that are not nourishing to you. And then we have the realization that we don't need those, right? So we can dismantle that belief system. We can dismantle those energies. We can get out of the bird cage here. And even talking about the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Cups is something nourishing. This is the meal. This is the banquet that will feed your soul. This is bare bones. There's no meat on these bones. There's nothing nourishing here, right? These are just you know, it's just toothpicks that have been put together to look like a big holiday turkey, right? But it's not. Okay? But you're able to see that. You're able to see that this is, and again, it's sort of interesting that we have something that is bad for your health and something that's kind of like just, it's not bad or good. It's just like it's nothing. You know, it's a bunch of toothpicks put together. I'm like, not even going to eat it. You eat this, you'll get sick. But this is like, that's not even food. There's no question about it, you know. But, you know, going your own path is difficult, okay? And when we're over here, we don't really want the Ten of Swords because that sort of means that, like, you know, the situation that I'm in is not as beautiful and as comfortable and as safe and as healthy as I'm being led to believe. I don't want to acknowledge that I'm in a bird cage. I don't want to acknowledge that I'm in a toxic situation. Once we get over here and we activate that, we turn the light on, right? This becomes the card we need. And this is us bending the bars of the bird cage and stepping out. Stepping out into Seven of Wands. We're getting the car unstuck from the mud. Okay? And I think this is you pushing your own vehicle out of the mud. This is sort of, in a way, this feels like you against the world. This is a huge change in your destiny here. This is a kind of a big moment for you. And it feels like it's a big challenge. It feels like in some ways, if you didn't know better, you might feel like it's impossible, that the odds are against you, right? Well, the greater the trial, the greater the triumph, right? So I think you're more than capable of this. This is valor. We have virtue and valor, right? It is your virtue that allows you to have valor. It is your ability to know who you are and what you stand for. That's saying, I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to go and push my way into the world and create the life I want. I'm going to go after that 10 of Cups no matter what. Even if I fail, even if there are delays. See, failures are just like success that hasn't happened yet. Failures are just prototypes of success. So the Seven of Wands is you understanding that even if there are some blockages, some roadblocks, some pitfalls, even if there are some so-called failures or dead ends, the journey's not over, right? Just means I've got to push through or go around or find a different route. But I'm going to keep pushing forward no matter what. That 10 of Cups is yours. Yeah, that is your fate. That is your destiny. That is the nourishment. Let's look at the mystery card. I would love to see the Chariot, your power card. I would love to see any other major arcana. Maybe the Star, kind of would be fun because we have the Sun. Maybe the Star, maybe the Chariot, maybe the Empress. Or the Emperor, even. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we have. The Page of Wands. Well, goes with our Seven of Wands and our Three of Wands. This is someone that's sort of, experimenting. This is someone that is, it's kind of like you're running through a corn maze, and you're literally just running. You get a dead end. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to keep running. Turn over this way, this way, this way. It's that season, and we're going to take our daughter to a corn maze here pretty soon. But it's just like we're not giving up. We're still in that phase of being excited that we get to do this, And I think that this is us sort of learning for ourselves in our own way, shining with our own light, learning what works for us and what doesn't. When we're out here in this new world and you're I don't know if you're venturing out on your own, you're going to have to learn what you like. You're going to have to learn what you're good at. You're going to have to experiment. You're going to have to try things and say, okay, well, that didn't really work for me. I'm going to try something else. I made a right turn, dead end. Well, that's okay. I'm just going to go back the way I came and try a different corridor in this corn maze, Because the Page of Wands is a knight in training. It's a squire, right? We're still learning the ropes out here. The last thing we need to do is get discouraged. Okay? So this is someone that is prepared for some obstacles. Prepared because obstacles are learning experiences, Obstacles are a way that you can refine your talent and skills and your path, and you can grow to a maturity. Grow to mastery, right? To knighthood. So I like this. I like this very, very much. Now we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Cancer, Tuesdays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It's free, doesn't cost anything. Subscribe over to Dove and Serpent Bedtime Stories. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Let me know how you're doing. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.